The Republican operative who accused American Conservative Union Chairman Matt Schlapp of sexual misconduct has unexpectedly dropped his lawsuit against him and his wife, Mercedes. Now, we'll get back to the sketchy reason the guy says that he's dropping the lawsuit against Schlapp. But here's the context of the allegations if you need a little bit of a refresher. Soon after the 2022 Herschel Walker Senate campaign, Carlton Huffman, a staffer working for that campaign, accused Schlapp of sexual battery and defamation. In a lawsuit, he sought $9.4 million in damages. By the way, the defamation part of that lawsuit had to do with the fact that Schlapp denied any sexual misconduct. So he's like, oh, you're denying it. You're defaming me. I'm gonna add that to the lawsuit. Now, Huffman had earlier said that Schlapp, without consent, groped and fondled his groin while he was driving Schlapp back to his hotel while the two were trying to get or help get Walker elected. Huffman had accused Schlapp of then inviting him up to his hotel room, which he said he had declined. Now, Schlapp acknowledged meeting Huffman at 2 bars that night, but denied all other allegations. He did not explain text messages released by Huffman in which Huffman wrote to Schlapp, quote, "I was uncomfortable with what happened last night." And Schlapp responded, "If you could see it in your heart to call me."
That's not suspicious at all. That's how I talk always in text messages.
Yeah. Call logs, texts, and videos provided by Huffman pretty closely matched his claim that he'd shared the allegation with not 1, not 2, not 3, not 4, but six family members and friends soon after the incident. So the incident happens and he immediately tells 6 people close to him. 3 Walker campaign officials also confirmed that he told them about the alleged incident the night of or the next day. But now Huffman is saying that it was all a misunderstanding, and apparently even apologized for filing the lawsuit. Not suspicious at all. In a statement shared by a spokesperson for Schlapp, he allegedly said, quote, "The claims made in my lawsuits were the result of a complete misunderstanding, and I regret that the lawsuit caused pain to the Schlapp family. The Schlapps have advised that the statements made about me were the result of a misunderstanding, which was regrettable," he added, referring to comments the couple had made about Huffman after he filed his suit. "Neither the Schlapps nor the ACU paid me anything to dismiss my claims against them." But the terms of their so-called resolution have not been disclosed, so we actually don't know what's true and what isn't. All of this, in my opinion, seems very fishy. Politico reports asked about the statement. Huffman said in a text message to Politico, "We have resolved our differences and confirmed the accuracy of the statement." And Schlapp obviously celebrated the fact that the case has been dropped, putting out a statement saying our family was attacked, especially by a left-wing media that is focused on the destruction of conservatives, regardless of the truth and the facts. But we emerge from this ordeal stronger as husband and wife, stronger as parents to our 5 daughters, stronger as friends to those who stood by us. Now, I don't know, John. I mean, I would venture to say that Schlapp and the Schlapp family have certain resources that maybe Huffman didn't have, and going through with this lawsuit could have not only been costly, but damaging and awful for Huffman. You know, I mean, the discovery process is awful. Huffman has actually apologized for some of his terrible white supremacist takes in the past, like that kind of stuff. Like the Oppo research was coming in. So I don't know if that's what intimidated him and that's why he dropped the lawsuit, but it's just strange to me considering the text message that he shared between himself and Schlapp, and then the multiple people he told about the incident immediately after it happened.
A lot of mainstream media don't give you honest news. We do, you know why? Because of you. Paid membership on YouTube makes all the difference. Hit the join button below and you become the hero that sustains us.
It feels a little bit like shades of Matt Gaetz. It's like, oh no, you're just never gonna get to know why this suspicious digital paper trail is there. You're just gonna have to see it and it's suspicious and accept that we have multiple tiers in our justice system. And I don't even mean that this is like the result of a judge. I mean, the Schlapps are super rich, so they can largely do whatever they want. That's how it actually works. And most conservatives are perfectly fine with that. It's all super suspicious. I would even say it's like the way they're communicating about it, they're not even really trying to dissuade you from thinking this is suspicious. Like he's kind of, notice, by the way, Schlapp doesn't even really deny it in this statement. He hides behind his family who, for the rest of their life, if they're even like a little bit curious about the world, are always gonna wonder why it is that this thing disappeared. Why did daddy all of a sudden no longer have this case against him? But anyway, like Huffman, his statement, like that's what you say when I got a deal, but I'm still kind of mad about what happened. So I'm gonna say something that like theoretically closes the door on this, but it's gonna leave everyone thinking this is super suspicious. But who cares? Because there's nothing you can do about it. It's just gonna be one of those suspicious things that we never find out about. And theoretically, a crime was committed, but I don't know, nothing's gonna happen. What I find curious about, I understand that there's different sorts of law is, generally we have been led to believe that once a sexual assault has been reported, it is no longer solely up to the victim that the crime be investigated. Because the crime is an objective thing. You might not want to be an active participant anymore, but the crime needs to be investigated. But in this case, it looks like that will be the end of it actually.
Well, the end of it likely for Huffman, but what I think about when it comes to these types of allegations that end up getting dropped without any real justice, any real investigation is if Schlapp did in fact do this, if he did in fact engage in sexual misconduct where he felt entitled to grope a Herschel Walker staffer in a car, well, who's to say that he wouldn't try doing this again to someone else? Who are the future victims of this? Again, if he did in fact, victimize Huffman the way that he initially alleged.
Yeah.
So I think that the details surrounding this story and the update to this story are super fishy. I can tell you what I think. I don't know without a shadow of a doubt, so I want to be clear about that. I'm just speculating here, but I believe Huffman. I believe Huffman's initial allegations. And I think that he, provided some corroborating evidence for what he was alleging. And I would hate to think that Schlapp will feel empowered by the outcome of this, where the case gets dropped and he's free to maybe do this again without any real consequences. I mean, power and money afford you all sorts of bad behavior without consequences.
Yeah, this is very like Trump, Billy Bush. I feel bad for the people who are gonna have to work with Schlapp in the future and have to wonder, am I gonna potentially be the next, alleged victim? But unfortunately, he's powerful, he has money, he's influential. Many of them will feel that they have to work with him to be a part of this movement and might be victimized themselves.
It's awful.
Thanks for watching The Young Turks, really appreciate it. Another way to show support is through YouTube memberships. You'll get to interact with us more. There's live chat emojis, badges. You've got emojis of me, Anna, John, JR. So those are super fun. But you also get playback of our exclusive member-only shows and specials right after they air. So all of that, all you gotta do is click that join button right underneath the video. Thank you.